One cool detail that I liked was that Sam has actually been reaching out to Bucky, that he's been sending him texts. What has he been texting? What do Sam's texts to Bucky look like?
Hey, did you kill anybody today?
That might actually be the text that he would get.
The actual in-canon. That's great.
Couple people getting together this Sunday for a little fishing trip. Just saying, if you're up for anything.
Man, if you're up for it, I'll buy the shrimp.
So we're partners, co-workers, not necessarily a team. No. We look damn good, though.
When you guys first found out that this series was happening, what was it about Sam and Bucky that you just really wanted to emphasize in your performance? And did you also have any specific requests for what you wanted the story to be?
I don't know if we get a lot of those special requests that were asked, but I think I don't know. I mean, speaking for me, I was just grateful that we get the continuation of what the story is, and quite frankly, I think this is what we discovered with the show was the most interesting storyline, to be honest, which is why I feel like Kevin always knows what's best, and we just follow the ride. We're in for the ride, and but I think we just wanted to focus on that dynamic and make sure we finally gave it the proper chance, Well,
I mean, to speak about that dynamic, I mean, I loved in Civil War when you guys just had this relationship where you were both best friends with the same guy, and that caused a bit of conflict. I'm curious just though, like now that Steve isn't in the picture as much, has the tension between your characters evolved? Is it different?
No, it's more so our relationship grew out of our appreciation for Steve. And that's kind of where it started and ended. Bucky and Sam, they have a mutual understanding and respect for each other. There's no admiration. So, that's the evolution of the two men in their role in the MCU.
What's going on in that cyborg brain of yours? Gears turning. Oh, they're malfunctioning. They're on fire. God, I hate you.
We got a taste of their characters in the first episode, but from your experience working with them, I'm wondering what you can just tease the audience about Wyatt Russell and Aaron Kellyman's characters.
Oh, man. There's a lot more.
They're the exact opposite. They work so well because they're the exact opposite of us. Everything that makes us fly, swaglicious, cool, sexy, they are the Canadian version of that. They are the exact opposite of us.
Basically, upstanding, dependable people. I mean, this is what he's saying.
First of all, I want to start. Listen, Steve Rogers is out of the picture right now, so I'm curious, with both of your characters not competing for Steve's love, what does this mean for the relationship with Bucky and Sam? Can they be friends now?
No one can be Bucky's friend because he kills everyone he meets.
Why can't we be friends?
There we go. Sing it. I do love how the show gets to know these characters on a really personal level, and with families and friends and going on dates and everything. You name it, stuff we haven't seen before in the MCU. Sam's family got hit hard by the blip and everything. Anthony, where are Sam's priorities in this post-Endgame era of the MCU?
Well, just reconnecting. I mean, he's in a position now where he's trying to figure out where he fits in. What's his new normal. So that's kind of the understanding that he's going into the series with is, going back to his family, going back to his house and figuring out how to move forward.
I mean, you do a great job with the family stuff too, and those performances. I love that. Sebastian, I'm not going to lie. I've held a bit of a grudge when I found out Bucky killed the Starks. So I just got to be honest about that. But this show, it really dives into the mental health that Bucky has and the guilt that he's been carrying. And I admit it's changing my perspective a good bit, man. So I'd love to hear from you what it was like to dive into everything that Bucky has been carrying with him in the way this show does.
Well, obviously, I was excited about that because I think we talked a lot about it, in some of the other movies, and there was never enough time to sort of explore him after Civil War and where he was at and how, you know, how much he had confronted, how much there was still left for him to deal with. And so this is really the perfect time, you know, for both of these characters to be learning more about, you know, themselves, the world they're in, and their priorities. And he's right up there, you know, with Sam on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who gets, there's some cool action in the first episode for both of you. They're both separate. When you come together, who gets the cooler action moment between the two? Did you guys compete for who gets to flex the hardest?
Sebastian has some pretty cool sequences. I was, after watching the series, I was kind of jealous.
Really?
I was kind of jealous.
Who really mastered throwing the shield? Because I see in the trailer, both you guys get to hold the shield at some point. Was there a trick that one of you guys had to really nail down?
Well, the question is if there is an actual shield there to begin with.
Right.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing, you know. It's like it's actually you have to look a lot cooler than you think you do on throwing that thing. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys have any idea where after this show, like has there been a conversation about playing these characters again yet?
No, we haven't. At least I have. I mean, you never know what's going on and who's been called and what they've been told, but there hasn't been any conversation on my end. I think everyone, Marvel, Disney, us included, just wants to see how this show is going to land. I think everyone's going to have a new perspective on our characters and a new appreciation for our characters once these shows come out, and that'll help us figure out how we move forward.